You want me to put that on my todger?
This one's wife, fast cars, but no kids. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. Harry's been doing quite a bit of gadding about recently. He popped over to Dusseldorf and put some work in, shaking hands and talking with people at the Dusseldorf games before his wife turned up and made it the This One's Wife's games. He then popped over to Portugal for a bit of R&R, then finds himself in New York chatting shit, then to the Caribbean, and then, lo and behold, where's he turned up this time? He's at the US Grand Prix. Wow. GB News reports through Dorothy Reddin, royal fans surprised to see Prince Harry at US Grand Prix without this one's wife. Well, no wonder he's smiling so much in the pictures that have come from the event. He's managed to slip the reins of his handler. Now, first of all, is this Harry exhibiting a greater level of independence? No. It's simply the fact that he's been granted permission by her to go to this event. Probably came in on a private jet, more eco-hypocrisy, may even have flown back the same day. So he's just away for a day, maybe a day and a night. That allows her to do whatever she wants whilst he's away, which might be, of course, continuing interactions with potential replacements for him, or possibly just lying around being beige. But what went on? Well, as reported, royal fans were surprised to see Prince Harry at the Grand Prix in Austin, Texas, on Sunday, without his wife, this one's wife. The Duke of Sussex, 39, looked smart in a black polo shirt and sunglasses as he chatted with the Mercedes and Red Bull teams for his solo trip. The Prince is a huge fan of the sport, as he previously spoke about racing Grand Prix winner Johnny Herbert in go-karting, and Harry looked elated as he chatted to the teams. The Royals' visit coincided with the Circuit of the Americas, which saw Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton race against Max Verstappen. This was not the Duke of Sussex's first time associated with Formula One. In 1994, he attended the British Grand Prix with his late mother, Princess Diana, Princess of Wales, and in 2014 he was at the F1 Grand Prix of Abu Dhabi. Royal fans were stunned to see the Prince arrive at the Grand Prix in Austin, especially without his wife, this one's wife, and his two children, Prince Archie 4 and Princess Lilibet 2. Now, this makes a valid point. What are 4-year-old boys into? Typically, running around and jumping in muddy puddles, climbing trees, going up climbing frames, down slides, kicking a ball around perhaps. Often fascinated by fire engines and police cars, anything that goes nee-na, nee-na, or ooh. And that leads on to the other thing. Most young boys like cars. They like cars, they like racing cars, hence the popularity of that film a few years back. They like trucks and diggers and cranes, all that construction-related paraphernalia. But they like to push things around going vroom, vroom, and making up games and having them crash and race against one another and zinging them across the floor so that the parent stands on one and goes, "Oh, fucking hell," as they then slip and fall on their back. Accordingly, there's a good chance that Archie has a rare old collection of cars, maybe starting off with some wooden ones that somebody at a fair trade collective had whittled using some ancient oak that had been shipped in at huge expense, and then moving on to the more traditional miniature vehicles that one would get. And accordingly, the opportunity to go and see some of these fast cars in action would be a great opportunity for a no doubt extremely enthusiastic 4-year-old boy. It also would afford a trip for dad and son to go and do something together, something that they not necessarily are able to do that often, because invariably this one's wife is there prodding and steering and grasping, and thus he could well have said, look, I'll take Archie with me, it's easy enough, pops on a private flight with me, security team's there, he'll love it, great memory for him, or at least we'll film it, we'll take photos of it, hey, we might even be able to use the footage in some kind of content for shitflix. And yet there was no sign of Archie. You would have thought that would be a golden opportunity for father and son to do some bonding, create some memories, etc., etc. But it didn't happen. Why? Might it be that Harry just wanted to go himself without the burden of children? Possibly. But how difficult would it be? He would probably take along someone help as well. And all he has to do is ensure that he keeps an eye on his son. It's not that difficult. And that he has a fantastic time and is very grateful to Daddy for taking him. Lovely memories for Harry. But he doesn't. It might be because he's too selfish to do so, or it might be that he's not allowed to show the child in public because of the orders of this one's wife. And that circles back to my earlier video, Why Are They Hiding the Kids? Which if you haven't watched that, you really ought to go and do so to understand why it is that a 4-year-old boy has been denied the opportunity to watch some racing cars and have a thrilling day out with his dad. Now, I'm not the only one that immediately thought, rather strange you didn't take your son to such an event. He probably would have loved it. One royal watcher posted on X, I'm sure his son would have loved seeing all the race cars. Another social media user said, Prince Harry is at the Grand Prix in Austin, Texas today as a guest of Mercedes. Dad of the year, where are Archie and Lily? One fan commented, maybe he should concentrate more on doing something useful. Has he even worked 10 days this year? Going to concerts or football games don't count. However, many royal watchers were thrilled with his appearance. Harry has taken over the US and I am here for it all, one fan wrote. Another social media account added, OMG, we love to see Harry enjoying himself. Prince Harry is the man of the people and loved by the people, just like his mother. Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. One X account said, wow, Prince Harry is here in Austin, Texas. Another excitedly asked, why is Prince Harry at the Austin Grand Prix? A huge fan of the Sussex wrote, Prince Harry is at the Austin GP. Oh my, I am missing it. So he still has some favourable reactions. But if he wants to go and watch the Grand Prix, he's perfectly entitled to do so. But it does present the immediate question of, why didn't he take his son? And the reasons for that are addressed in my video, Why Are They Hiding the Kids? Another example of the Sussexes doing something which then gets reported on, but ultimately ends up being an own goal. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.